The habits most people are building for 2026 are wrong. They're adding more to a system that's already failing. This is not about what to start. It's about what to defend. Your problem isn't a lack of new methods. It's the erosion of the fundamentals you already know. Execution is getting harder because your environment is designed to make it harder. So we are going to rebuild 7 core habits. Not for motivation, for function. The first habit restructures your day before it begins. Dedicate the first 2 hours of your waking day to one meaningful priority, not 3 tasks. 1. This isn't about completion. It's about securing momentum when your attention is still intact. The first 2 hours determine whether the day moves forward or just stays busy. Distraction is a currency. You pay with your focus, and the price increases every hour after you wake up. So you claim the highest value time for your highest leverage work. You do the work before the world can invoice you for its distractions. The goal is momentum, not martyrdom. You are trading early intensity for the rest of the day's clarity. This leads directly to the second habit. Within that first block, or immediately after, you attack the highest resistance task first. There is always one task your mind tries hardest to delay. That task is the bottleneck. Its resistance is a signal. It usually carries the most long-term consequence, either as a reward or a cost. Attacking it first isn't about discipline. It's about mechanical advantage. You remove the largest source of mental friction before it drains your decision-making energy for the rest of the day. The mental weight of an avoided task compounds. It makes every other task feel heavier. So you define it, and you move toward it when your resistance is lowest. You are not building toughness. You are practicing strategic elimination. But momentum and priority require a target. Otherwise, you are just being efficiently random. Which brings us to the third habit, written goals with deadlines. Goals without deadlines quietly die. They remain ideas. Writing them down and attaching a time limit forces a collision between your ambition and your calendar. This habit removes uncertainty. It forces a decision about what actually deserves your effort now versus what is merely a fantasy. The act of writing is a contract with yourself. The deadline is the enforcement mechanism. It transforms a vague direction into a series of necessary actions. You are not declaring a dream. You are scheduling a conflict with reality, and reality is weekly. Without a deliberate plan, days blur into motion without direction. So the fourth habit is weekly planning for clarity. This is not a daily to-do list. It is a weekly session to create distance from the noise. You look at the 7 days ahead. You align your written goals with the available time. You decide what not to pursue. This habit prevents entire weeks from slipping away unnoticed because you are making one clear decision for 7 days instead of 7 fractured decisions every day. You are installing a filter. The weekly plan answers one question. What does forward progress require this week, and what must be ignored to protect it? However, no plan survives contact with the default environment. Willpower is a finite resource in a world engineered for distraction. The fifth habit is environment design. This is the practice of making good actions easier and bad ones harder. It is friction in, friction out. For example, you want to read more. Therefore, the book is on the table, the phone is in another room. You want to stop scrolling before bed. Therefore, the charger is in the kitchen, not the bedroom. You are not relying on choice. You are designing the conditions of the choice. When systems are correct, consistency becomes automatic. You are engineering your surroundings so that the right action is the path of least resistance. You stop fighting yourself and start arranging the battlefield. The foundation of all these systems is a non-negotiable physical base. The sixth habit is a consistent 6 to 7 hour sleep baseline. Sleep is not an escape. It is a functional requirement, like oxygen. Inconsistency here makes every other habit fragile. A stable sleep schedule protects cognitive function, emotional regulation, and decision integrity. This habit exists to prevent the entire system from collapsing under fatigue. You are not sleeping to rest, you are sleeping to reload. You defend this window not as a luxury, but as the maintenance cycle for your primary hardware. Without it, willpower, focus, and execution degrade predictably. These 6 habits create a structure, but structures are abandoned when they stop feeling new, which is why the 7th habit is the most important and the least visible. Long-term commitment. This means staying consistent past the boring phase, after the excitement fades, when progress becomes invisible. This is the phase where habits stop being effortful and start becoming automatic. It is also where most people quit. They mistake the absence of feeling for the absence of result. Long-term commitment is the decision to continue when nothing is rewarding you. You are not waiting for motivation to return. You are proving to yourself that the system works even when you cannot feel it working. This is where compound growth hides, in the flat, uneventful stretches that most people abandon. And this is exactly where the real fracture occurs. This is where the true break happens. You intellectually agree with everything you've just heard, and yet you will not do it. Why? The problem is not ignorance, it's comfort preservation. Your mind already knows the plan, but your nervous system, your entire daily machinery, is designed to protect the status quo, to preserve the comfort of known friction, the familiar chaos. These 7 habits are a direct threat to that preserved state. They demand you trade the immediate comfort of distraction for the delayed reward of function. The mind accepts the trade, but the protective, comfort-seeking self will declare war. It will find a reason tomorrow is better. It will wait for the feeling of readiness that never comes. And this is why 2026 will quietly punish comfort more than ever before. The environment is not slowing down. The invoices for distraction compound daily. To stand still now is to fall behind with accelerating speed. The cost of comfort is no longer just a missed opportunity. It is a gradual, systematic dismantling of your capacity to execute. The world will not scream this fact at you. The penalty is silent, paid in lost weeks, diluted focus, and the slow erosion of your own standards. The systems you refuse to build today become the bottlenecks you can't overcome tomorrow. Therefore, this is not a call for more intense intention. Intensity is a spark. It burns out. This is a mandate for boring systems. Boring systems outlast intense intentions because they do not rely on how you feel. They rely on what you have already built: the defended first hours, the designed environment, the non-negotiable sleep. They function in the silence after motivation leaves. While intense intention is a shout that echoes and fades, a boring system is a heartbeat, relentless, unseen, fundamental. So this is the final reflection, not instruction. Your job was never to feel inspired. It was to become impervious to the lack of inspiration, to build the fortress so mundane, so robust that the storm outside and the comfort-seeking storm within simply cannot breach it. Then you live inside it. The world in 2026 will belong to those who defended the fundamentals, not those who endlessly sought new methods. The difference won't be dramatic. It will be accumulative, and it starts the moment you stop agreeing and start building.